Hi, my name is Dr. D Oracle, and welcome to the Dr. D Oracle channel. Happy Sunday to everyone out there, and I hope that you are ready for today's topic, which is going to be something I find very interesting because a lot of people have been coming to me for readings on this topic. So today I'm going to be talking about ghosting. What is ghosting? I think everybody knows what ghosting is by now. And ghosting is a term that is used to describe a behavior of someone who just kind of disconnects from you, okay? They don't give you any explanation. They don't give you any reason. And what ends up happening is all communication that they've ever tried to keep with you, they actually cut it off. And so a lot of people come to me for readings because they want to know why exactly has this person cut off communication with them. Why aren't they answering their phone? How come they aren't responding to texts? Yet and still I can see that they're active on their social media, or maybe someone has mentioned them, okay, that they've talked to them and you haven't. There's a lot of circumstances or situations that we could describe around ghosting, okay? But let's just say that ghosting is a way that people disconnect themselves from you without any type of reasoning or explanation. And so we are coming for readings because we want to know why exactly has this person ghosted us. Am I misreading into the situation? Is there something I need to be aware of? Is there someone else? Okay. And I'll tell you when I'm going to give the reading on ghosting, okay, and why you've been ghosted, okay, if that's happened to you. But first, I'm just going to take a few minutes to talk about the root causes of ghosting, okay, because there are a lot of smaller reasons why people do it, but there's an actual root cause for ghosting, okay? And the root cause for ghosting is because you don't have a bond with that person. When we're dating or, you know, we're trying to get to know someone, sometimes we kind of equate what we're feeling with what they're feeling, but they actually don't feel the same as we feel, okay? So we've actually created a bond with them, yet this person may or may not have created a bond with us, okay? This is the root cause of ghosting. Because if you have a bond with someone, you are not going to just disappear and not contact them, not call them, or not give them any explanation. You're not going to just say, you know what, I'm never going to reach out to this person again. So when you don't have a bond with someone, it is very easy for you to detach yourself from them. It really doesn't matter to you what they feel. It really doesn't matter to you how they're going to take, you know, the ghosting. It doesn't matter to that individual how it's going to impact the other person. Now, sometimes we have gotten this confused with narcissism, okay? We've gotten this confused with narcissism. And what I want to say is that narcissism has been a term that has been loosely thrown about, okay? And I would say that this can possibly be seen as a narcissistic behavior depending on what else is going on, okay? But at the same time, we are talking about something that looks narcissistic, but it's not, okay? Now, what I'll tell you is this. When we've so-called been ghosted, that means a person can return or reach back out to us after a period of time where they have not been talking to us. Okay, we have not been in contact. They can reach out. So I'll just say this. If you open the door for that type of behavior to continue, you're actually rewarding that behavior. So if you have been experiencing a situation where you've been ghosted, the second most important reason why that's happening is because you are opening the door for that to happen. You are attracting that. You are attracting that person. And if they know that you're always available and that you're always going to pick up the phone when they call, if you're always going to meet them when they ask you to meet them, or allow them to come by your place, or you're going by their place after they've done this behavior, to them, it isn't ghosting. To them, it's, this is how I am, and this person knows this is how I am, and they're okay with it. So I would say, as a precaution, not to place yourself in a position or a situation where you can be ghosted, okay? The third most important reason why people ghost is because they are cowards. They don't have the courage to tell you that they're not interested, that they've changed their mind, or maybe they were just using you, okay? Now, back in the day, okay, this wasn't called ghosting. It's called ghosting now because of social media, and you can still look on people's social media pages and see, oh, that they're active. Because back in the day, if someone didn't call you anymore, then it was like, okay, you knew that, you know, it was over. Like, you weren't going to see that person again. And that was okay. Like, so ghosting is the same thing as breaking up with someone without really saying, I'm breaking up with you. Okay? So with that game comes the game of, okay, I broke up with this person, but now I want this person back. So, you know, if you play that game with them, okay. But the third reason, like I said, is because people are cowards. Now, a lot of women, we are experiencing ghosting a lot more now because we are doing things to invest in a man. I know in times past, at least when, you know, back in the time when I was dating, things have changed now, but when I was dating, men invested in you. Like, they tried to impress you. And there were times when certain women took advantage of that. I know that I have before, to where men would take you out on dates, or they would buy you things, and they would spend like a lot of money trying to impress you and spending a lot of time with you. And then you would decide Or maybe you weren't really interested to begin with. You just wanted, the stuff, or everything that came with that guy, or you wanted that stuff. So it came a time when you wanted to cut it off, and it was like a cutoff point. And maybe you didn't want to explain yourself, so we did it. That's happening to women a lot more now because we are investing in men. Sometimes when men have children, we invest in them by helping them with their children. I know someone came to me for a reading just the other day, and they had spent time picking up this guy's kids from school and taking them to school, and now they've been ghosted. Okay? And so it almost feels crazy, especially when there's kids involved, because you're like, wow, I was trying to play a role in these children's lives, and then just to suddenly be removed from that role and not know why is like, it's just a really big shock. So that's time that you've invested, and some women have invested money, or they've invested other things into a man, and that's okay. With equality comes certain things. So I feel that that's, part of it, and understanding that if you don't have a bond with someone, and this is for men or women, if you don't have a bond with someone, you need to be very aware about how much you're willing to invest. Okay? How much you're willing to impress, and have a cutoff point for that. Okay? Don't continue to try to invest in and impress someone who is not giving you an equal exchange of energy. Equal exchange of energy is really big to me, because that to me shows that even if we don't always agree or completely understand each other, you are being thoughtful, considerate, empathetic, and trying to give me back a return in the relationship. And this is in any relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a family member, it's the same, okay? So we want that equal exchange of energy, and if we're not getting that, we need to be aware of that, and we need to learn how to define for ourselves when the cutoff point is, and not allow anyone to manipulate, sway, or influence us to deviate from our standards, our boundaries, okay? So ghosting, the root cause itself of ghosting is not having a bond, okay? It's not narcissistic, but if you don't have a bond with that person, they really don't owe you an explanation. They really don't owe you a reason, okay? You are more connected to them than they are to you. You have invested more into them than they have into you. You have made yourself more available to them than they have made themselves to you, okay? And so, if you call me for a reading because you have been ghosted, mainly, I can see that even though the person may seem like a potential soulmate, there's not going to be anything substantial or long-term that you have to gain from that. So, the number today, what is the number? The number. I'm going to go with the number 3 today. And I'm just going to pull 3 cards. You can choose card 1, card 2, card 3. And I'm going to be explaining specific reasons why it is that you have been ghosted. So, all right. So, card 1. Choose card 1, 2, 3. Take time to breathe, meditate, center yourself. If ghosting has happened to you, then we are going to figure out what the intricate details of the ghosting is based on our tarot reading today. And if you chose card 1, I'm sorry, this is the star card. Card 1 is the star card. If you chose card 1, the situation applying to your ghosting, this is a situation where your significant other, okay, your significant other is on an emotional roller coaster, okay? They're emotionally down. They're emotionally impacted by something. They may have had a death in the family, or something is going on where, emotionally speaking, okay, they are detached, okay, or they're distracted, either detached or distracted to something emotional, okay. If they're attached to something emotional, it has to do with grieving, okay, it has to do with grieving. If they're detached from emotion, okay, they're just spiritually disconnected. They're immature on a spiritual level, and they need to grow a little bit more. They're probably not self-actualized yet. They may even have drug or alcohol issues that are holding them back, okay, that they constantly get caught up in because they're always thinking, it's kind of like self-centered, okay? So they're more in touch with their own emotions than they are with someone else's, okay? And this card also just symbolizes that they need to do some type of healing or self-work. I feel like this card represents even a lot of negative, like I said, habits, okay, or addictive behaviors, like being addicted to porn, okay. They're not necessarily seeing anyone else, but they're probably watching a lot of porn and maybe flirting online, okay, maybe flirting online. They might even be on dating websites, okay. They haven't actually taken it to that next level with anyone yet, but they're thinking about it and they're really tempted. A lot of lust is driving them, okay? A lot of lust, okay? So maybe you guys are having sexual issues, okay? And then these things are what is really driving this person, okay? So that's for card number 1, okay? If you've been ghosted, this person is emotionally detached, or they're emotionally engrossed, okay? Because they're grieving something or someone, okay? If they're emotionally detached, it's because they're being self-centered, and they're probably having some type of issue with drugs or alcohol, or they have some type of addictive behavior. Possibly they're addicted to porn. This card always suggests to me an addiction to porn, okay? And like I said, they may also be on online dating sites, okay? So if you chose card 1, that is the reason why you've been ghosted, okay? This person is driven, like I said, by lust, okay? And we talked about the root cause of not really having a bond with the person. So this is more like a situationship, okay? Maybe there was some great sex a couple of times involved, okay? I'm not going to say it was a one-night stand, but it might have been more like, you know, a sort of like booty call thing, okay? All right. So if you chose card number 2, card number 2 is the Ten of Pentacles, and this card is inverted. Okay, this card is inverted. So I'm going to say 2 things about this card, okay? This card has to do with a money situation, and this card has to do with someone else, okay? So if you chose card number 2 and you've been ghosted, this person is either married or in a serious relationship with someone else, and they are having money issues, okay? They are having money issues. So maybe you didn't know about this other person. They could be pregnant, okay, or with child, okay? Or they probably have children by this person. I would say this would be like an on again, off again relationship with a significant other that is also a parent of the children that you father or mother. Okay? And this person is really thinking to themselves right now. That's why they ghosted you. Because they've gotten themselves in a lot of trouble. Because they don't have their finances together. Okay? And gallivanting around with different people obviously didn't help them, okay? So that's why they've ghosted you. Yes, it looks like they're having fun. Yes, it looks like they're okay. But I'm telling you, they're not, okay? Social media is sometimes a front for people to keep things going. This person, I feel like he texts you every now and then and just says something stupid and then goes off again, you know, like goes off. So don't allow that. Don't allow this in your life. This could even be a woman. It doesn't have to be a man, okay? But if you are being ghosted, this person does have someone else that they're involved with, okay? And it's more of a serious type, marriage type, committed type relationship, okay? So that's why you've been ghosted, okay? So don't let this person come back. If they start texting you again, don't even answer their text. Block them, okay? And that's me talking. That ain't spirit. But you don't have to allow yourself to be ghosted. You don't have to be so nice to someone that you allow them back into your life, okay? After they just dropped off the face of the earth with no explanation. No, 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 no. But they are definitely seeing someone else, and that someone else is they're a little bit more committed to that someone else than they are to you, okay? All right, so here, if you chose card number 3, this is the 3 of Pentacles, okay? Now, this card is going to be a little bit different when it comes to the ghosting issue. And I'm going to say for this card, this is more of a I don't want to be tied down type of thing, okay? Because this person obviously doesn't want to work in a cooperative situation, okay? And they also have some issues going on with money. Here again, of course, money is the number one issue why a lot of couples, partners, get into disagreements. And so money is going to be a big thing for people when they're going into a relationship. And this person here Like I said, they've ghosted because they really just don't want to be tied down, okay? This person has some selfish tendencies, and when it comes down to money, I mean, they're like, you know, they're probably going through issues on their job, okay? Or, you know, it's just like they don't like cooperating. They don't like cooperating. They always want things to go their way. So that's going to be in every single area of life. It's going to be in their job. It's going to be in their relationships and anything else that this person has going on. Okay? They like to be the top dog or the one in charge. So this person kind of goes for anybody who goes for him. Okay? So if you've been like understanding with this person and trying to be non-judgmental and really understand where they're coming from, I mean, they don't really care. Okay? It's like they have some really just inside issues. They may be going through a midlife crisis if they're older, you know, in their 40s or something, but if not, they're probably just experiencing just a kind of self-centeredness, okay? A kind of self-centeredness as well. Kind of the same as it would be for a cheater, except this person keeps themselves free, so they don't have to worry about doing any cheating, okay? This person as well is seeing other people, but they're not seriously seeing anyone, okay? They don't have a commitment with anyone, okay? They are separate from everyone, okay? But they just don't want to be tied down, okay? They don't want to share, okay? They don't want to contribute or cooperate, okay? And so that's why you've been ghosted in this type of situation. They don't want to feel like they owe you anything. And if you've invested in them, you know, they're like, you know what, let me cut this off right now before it goes too far. Okay? So I'm just telling you, you're reading way too much into the situation. They are not as serious about you as they're like, you're cool, she's cool, that's about it. He's cool, that's about it. Okay? So these are the types of people here that you don't even want to be investing too much time in. Okay? If they call, I would check the voicemail before I pick up. And if they don't leave a voicemail, then, you know, it wasn't that serious. Sometimes people call, they don't even leave a voicemail. If they don't leave a voicemail or they don't send you a text, they're not important. That means you're investing too much time in them. That means what they had to tell you, it wasn't as important to them to get the message over to you as it is for you to go out seeking the message. Leave the message with them. Leave it with them, because I'm telling you, you're not going to be happy either way it goes, okay? Either way it goes. So this is why you've been ghosted. Those are the smaller reasons, okay? Because each individual is different and has a different personality or a different mindset. But the overall reasons why all of these people have